The Nintendo Switch is just days from a worldwide release, and the trickle of people who are given advanced copies from Nintendo are already starting their coverage. But for someone who is nowhere near that level, I am still going to need to go out and pay for it when it actually does come out later this week. So before all of YouTube is bombarded with nothing but Switch coverage for the foreseeable future, I think it's good to take a step back and appreciate some of the older contributions Nintendo has made over the years. Believe it or not, back in the 90s, Nintendo was the undisputed king of games. Okay, some wanted to dispute it, but still the Nintendo 64 was a huge console that everyone loved, which is a bummer because while the Wii was mostly gimmicky motion control and the Wii U was a market failure, not to mention the massively underappreciated GameCube, Nintendo has had decent consoles over the years, but still the Nintendo 64 has gone down as one of Nintendo's greatest achievements. So, thanks to the results of my Twitter poll, we will be looking at Kirby and the Crystal Shards for the Nintendo 64. The first thing that hits you like a ton of bricks is the impossibly cute aesthetic. God, this game is adorable. Look at Kirby. He's like a scientist managed to combine all the most adorable things into one simple pink design.
And as usual, Kirby has the copy ability, but there's a twist this time.
Kirby has the ability to shoot his copy ability at another enemy to combine their powers. It's really fun mixing and matching the different abilities with some cool results. Bomb and Spark, Exploding Light Bulb, Fire and Needle, Flaming Arrow, Rock and Ice, this weird hockey puck thing. And while the combinations are useful, the base abilities are as basic as you can get, with Fire, Spark, Cutter.
Never do that again.
In the first world, you come across a little fairy who needs your help, and you set out on your adventure coming across a possessed Waddle Dee, Adeline, and King Dedede. They join your quest, some reluctantly, and it's off on an epic adventure. After you kill this tree. Because it deserves it. This game may seem innocent enough, but if you try to rush through it, you are going to fall for a lot of cheap deaths and get hit a lot. Each world has its own theme of levels, and the first one being a pretty basic intro, the second a more advanced basic intro with a mountain vibe, a water world, a lava world, an ice world that I will address in a minute, and the final world that is literally a giant heart. Each world consists of levels and a boss stage where you will find 3 crystals in each level. I don't know what they do, but let's just collect them all. Collect that one, this one, and that one over there. There are also segments in each world that will have the other characters help you out. Sometimes Waddle Dee will help you with some kind of vehicle portion, King Dedede will help you break down walls in some areas, and Adeline will help you solve puzzles or just give you recovery items and 1-ups. The music in this game is a standout. I mean, just listen to some of this. Aww. Then there are the boss fights. Each world will end with one, and the bosses also give you 1 crystal for beating them. The bosses include the aforementioned tree, some weird space diamond, a killer whale, some sentient lava, and then we get to Shiverstar. And I think I need to address this popular fan theory before the internet never lets me live it down. It's a post-apocalyptic Earth. There, I said it, alright? You can clearly see the continents of Earth on the planet from the World Select screen. I've talked about it, we can move on now. So after you're finished fighting Skynet, it's off to the final planet of the game, Ribbon Star. I'm sure this level will be as obnoxiously cute as the rest of the game. Well, this stopped being cute real quick. So the final levels are breaking into the castle and making your way to this weird darkness and fighting this final boss.
Ooh, stop doing that!
This is rather challenging because it's only weak to attacks based on what form it takes. So unlike all the other boss fights in this game, you cannot hoard an ability and go to town on him. You need to take your time with this one because if you try to rush through it, you will take a lot of unnecessary damage. Once you are done with that, you and your friends bid their farewell. And wait, what was that?
Maybe I should collect all the shards to see if that might solve this mystery.
So now that we have collected all the crystals, it's back to the final boss fight, and this time when we're done, we're treated to a new cutscene followed by one last final battle where you fly with the fairy and... Wait, what? That thing was a weapon this whole time?
What a twist!
Okay, wasn't expecting that. You shoot the guy in the eye, then hurt his wings, hit the bandage on his head, and attack the weak point for massive damage.
And so, Kirby and the Crystal Shards is an amazing Kirby game that really stands out on its own over time. It's actually part of a trilogy. What do you mean it's part of a trilogy? Yeah, it is. Ah, son of a... biscuit! Didn't curse.